to have a special guest in our show, that is Guruji Rahul Narayan. Guruji Rahul Narayan has a very special ability of any areas of life. This
will help. Yeah, the breath is there till the last, no?
Okay. What you do is just empower the thoughts.
And I tell you, you have to give that thought to your problem, what you want, and the results. You have to bear the fruits of the result, not me. So once you start seeing it, you'll understand that the breath is making you transform from what you are today to what you want to become.
So Guruji, do you guide in this particular transformation? Like also these kind of achievements also can be done through these kind of practices?
Yeah, of course. Whatever you
materialistic target or goal
yes, of
or
course.
something which he feels that, you know?
Yes, of course, you can do it. But the problem is that he has to align his breath with his aura. The vibrations has to be aligned, and he'll get a concerned result.
Okay.
What you want to do. And my thing is that they have given me some problems which I have to solve and give them the results. That's it.
Guruji, do you think today's spirituality has become more of a business?
Well, I won't say today's spirituality. Spirituality from ancient age is only for business.
Thank you very much for accepting our invitation for this special episode on breath awareness. Guruji, namaste. Guruji, can you take us to the moment where all this actually started in your life? What was the turning point in your life and you got into this particular field of breath and energy?
It started in my childhood when I was studying. And when I was to go to school and then to different religious places, I had a question why these people are gathering in different religious places. Is God for different religion? Then the question used to come, who am I? What are these people are doing around me? How are they, every individual is different. So all these things when they were coming up, I had a very big disturbing thing. And then I used to stay silent. But very few of my friends used to know that I am sitting silently and doing this research on myself first.
Okay.
Then one day when I was in my college time, I met at my friend's place. There's Swami Kanade. Okay. And he took me at a side after his session was over, and he told me you'll get the answers to all what you are thinking.
Okay. He just came to you and
he told me.
Okay.
So I was also shocked, but then in due course then I joined him. He used to call me to Kopoli Gagangiri Maharaj Ashram. And due course then how to sit silently and gather the peace inside peace and to get the answers to all the questions what I'm having. This erupted with Swami Kanade ji. Then he took me to Ma Anandmayi's ashram in Haridwar.
Ma Anandmayi ashram in Haridwar.
Kankhal.
Okay.
When I went over there, Ma told me you will get the answers by sitting silently, because all the answers are inside you.
Okay.
Only you have to activate it to get the answers. For that you have to come to inner peace. Then the process of breath and how the breath can make you powerful, everything came in. Then in 82 when I took the initiation from Ma Anandmayi with Swami.
So in the year 1982 you got initiated. Through Anandmayi.
Ma Anandmayi.
Ma Anandmayi. Okay.
And that is how my journey started. Till today.
Okay. So you during your childhood you were a little different than
I didn't have
your
many
friends. You did not have friends. Okay. Guruji, you have so many elite personals, industrialists, a lot of politicians who are your disciples. But still we see you living a very simple life. Like today when we see spiritual gurus, they amass so much wealth. But since last 40 years being associated, you have such big people who are disciples of yours. But you still live a very simple life. Why is that?
The initiation what I was given by Ma Anandmayi was that I have to remain simple, because she said that future spirituality will be on perception, which is today. And my initiation was from 1 to 1000. So
What is 1 to 1000?
means you give to one person and he will help 1000 people, 200 people, 300 people. So that is why the elite class comes in.
Okay, so what I understand is when the elite class, like for example, a person who can influence 1000 people or a lot of people.
Yes.
So if you help them, so they will be able to influence the masses. Okay.
About money part, if you're saying why I didn't amass, because I was told not to amass wealth by my Swami Kanadiji, and I have to remain simple, which was given, my initiation was to remain simple. Amassing wealth is not the question, because when you come to inner peace, money is not a criteria for any person. It is in the physical form when, like you asked me, like other Gurujis and every Swamis who are there, they amass wealth because they are in physical conscious and they want to show the people, which Mahanami had told me in 82, that in the future spirituality will be in perception. So they are behind the perception and then the spirituality.
Okay.
Well, I am not in perception, not spirituality, only to help and serve the masses through one person. If I can serve the masses, I am happy because I am internally at peace.
Guruji, what do you mean by total acceptance? Like while we were speaking, you spoke about total acceptance. So what exactly do you mean by that?
Total acceptance is a person accepts himself the way he is.
Okay.
Because presently when you see a person, he's mimicking some other person. He wants to become something else than what he is. He can achieve only when he comes to inner peace. He is in the race of doing something by being ahead of some other person, because he is in physical conscious. So complete acceptance will come only when you come internally, internal peace. So I like to help people to come to inner peace. So they accept themselves as they are, what they are, and then go to what they want to achieve in life. You can't achieve anything till you come to inner peace. And then you visualize it and then you gain it. So that is where acceptance is. People think acceptance means what is there, what you can acquire for your family, for this. That is acceptance. Acceptance is you yourself.
Okay. So total acceptance, what I understand and is total acceptance is we have to accept the way we are.
Yeah.
But today the world is all about competition.
Yes.
Like when a child is born and at a certain age he competes with his other students in coming first. The parents want their children to come first. So how do we avoid all this?
You don't have to avoid anything, because you're yourself. Your DNA, your thing is, everything is what you are. You are different from other person. The other person has accepted, he has not accepted, he is in the DNA of competition. You are also in the, and you have to fall into that competition. So first you come to your inner peace, what you want to achieve. Once you have decided what you want to achieve, when you come to your inner peace, you will automatically achieve. There won't be any because if you go in competition, your anxiety comes, your depression will come, everything will come. But once you are acceptance of yourself, then these things will not hamper you. You'll be at peace, you will be at bliss, and you will achieve all these things.
So how does one actually come into inner peace? Because it's really good that we should have inner peace. But how exactly can one common person get into inner peace when he is living between all the people who are in the race? Yeah. So how does he get into that inner peace? Is there a particular step or a process?
Yeah, there is no process or step. The step is only your breath. You come and sit silently, observe your breath, feel the breath, and that breath will bring you to inner peace. No other mantras, no other rituals, nothing will bring you to inner peace except the breath. Then you request the breath to give what you want. First you have to accept yourself, and the breath will show you how you have to accept yourself. Because once you synchronize your breath with your aura, the vibrations of your aura, with your synchronization of your breath, you will feel at bliss, and then you will feel what you want to give.
Okay. So is there a particular way of breathing? Like all the people around, is there a better way of how people breathe? Is that what you are trying to convey?
Yeah. First, you have to understand your breath. That nobody has understood it. Because there are a handful of people who have given me the answer when I asked them, how are you existing? There are a handful of people who have given me the answer, I am existing because of my breath. They all speak about all Panchatattva and blah blah blah, but not of breath. Because they have not taken the breath seriously. They have taken the breath for granted. Every person, every individual. And that is where you have forgotten humanity. And divinity is humanity.
Right. So a baby is born, he has to breathe. If he doesn't breathe, there's no life.
There's no life.
Okay. So you mean to say the breath that we take, if we understand the breath well, if we know the art of breathing, then we get the answers to all our problems.
You will get the answers only when you understand your breath. You will understand your breath only when you feel the breath. You see your breath inside inhaling, you see the breath when it's exhaling. So once you start seeing it, you'll understand that the breath is making you transform from what you are today to what you want to become.
So Guruji, do you guide in this particular transformation? Like you show your disciples the way of how to breathe and how exactly it is to be done?
Yes, I do take only the problems of a person, and I tell him that with your breath you just sit, and when I'm in my upasana, I will clear the hurdles around you, your soul, that is your breath, and you will get the answers. But first thing is that you have to practice, because you will be doing it.
Okay.
I tell my disciples, you are going to change yourself, not me. You have to give the religiously you have to practice what I tell you.
Okay.
And you will get the result.
So the disciples have to tell you their problems or whatever challenges they are facing.
Yes.
And
After
you
that,
will,
I contemplate
then
it.
they have to sit quietly and do the breathing as per
Technique.
As per your technique. And then with your upasana, you will help them in doing so.
Yes.
And getting their problems or challenges resolved. Guruji, is that the reason you say that you are an enabler and not a preacher?
Yes. I can't preach. I can give a person inner peace. Because preaching is not thing. Preaching, like everybody goes to that, Bhagavad Katha and all these things. But when they come home, they are the same.
Yeah.
They go to Vipassana, they see the preaching, when they come out, they are the same. They go for the meditation. After the meditation, next 2 hours, they are at peace. But again, they are the same. I don't like to preach or to command a person. You have to be yourself. You have to understand yourself. So then only you can transform. If I tell you that you have to do in certain way, certain this thing and certain that thing, then you won't be transforming yourself. Because it is you who are going to create yourself and you are going to destroy yourself. Because your breath. My complete working is on the breath. Breath will create you, breath will destroy you. Because the moment the rhythms change, you can't synchronize with your aura, you will have different.
Synchronize with the aura means
Yes.
what exactly?
Your breath has vibrations. Every breath creates a thought.
Every breath creates a thought.
And that thought is gone into the universe. Like if you are thinking good of a person who is in America, your thought of goodness will reach him. That's the fast of your breath and the thought.
So Guruji, what you are saying is our thoughts are directly connected to our breath.
Yes.
So if we have a proper breathing,
Yes.
it gives rise to
a proper thought, good thought, a positive thought, and that will enhance your positivity in your aura, and that will hit the person, even if he's negative towards you, if it's positive, and he will get a positive result. That is what I change. So it's better commanding a person. It's better to tell a person, you create yourself. But practice is you have to do it.
So that is what you mean by enabling and empowering the person.
Empowering the person to come to inner peace and to get the required results.
Okay. So to achieve all that is required in our life, is first thing is what we should get. We should be at peace with ourselves.
That is only.
That is what you mean by inner peace.
Yeah, and that is only with your breath.
So this is not connected to any rituals or any deity or any prayers, or is it connected, or this is something very different?
No, this is you yourself now.
Okay.
From the breath, if you're believing in any deity, any religion, from the first breath to take in the morning, to reach that deity or this, how long it is? It's quite a big journey. Because after the breath, you come to know that you're a human. After you know that, you understand that you are a human, you understand that you are Mr. So-and-so of this person. Then you come to, you believe you are a believer of this certain thing. And then you come to the so-called God.
Okay. So it's like when when there's a saying that Atma is Paramatma. So we have to, the God is within us.
Within us. I'll say that your breath is your Guru and your Paramatma. Nobody else. You don't go in search for outside. There is nothing outside your body.
Guruji, you said, this does not need any rituals or any deity. So, is there any initiation process when you have a disciple? So, is the disciple initiated by you, or how does it actually start?
He has to sit for meditation with me, not meditation, silently with me. And if he abides to what I tell him, the technique of breathing, and he religiously follows it, then he will definitely come to inner peace first. Once he comes to inner peace, then his thought process will change.
How many days does it take? Like, for example, if there's a disciple and he sits with you, so how many days, minimum number of days he has to sit with you to get the start?
This process is first 3 days.
Okay.
In the morning before 7. And
in the morning before 7?
7, yeah. Then after that, I tell him how many months, every month, he has to sit for 3 days, but how many months. And the problem, what is that the moment it is solving, he has to see that. Because I understand what he is doing. Once I take the 3-day session, then I understand him. I can scan his aura. And when I'm in my upasana, I clear his problems. He has to realize it. My theory is self-realization. He has to realize it and he has to follow it.
Okay. So you understand his energy level when he sits with you, and during your upasana, you clear his block. So that whatever blockages he's having, so that he can continue doing his practices.
He practices is what, if he practice, it's good for him. If he doesn't also, it's good for him. But once if I've taken his 3 days, then I'm bound to clear his issues.
Okay. But then he has to religiously.
If he follows, it's good for him. It is more faster he might get the result. That's a simple process.
Guruji, why does it happen that many of the spiritual seekers, they feel stuck? Continuously they get repeated challenges. Like they visit one spiritual guru, then they will visit another spiritual guru, then they keep seeking. So why does this happen?
Because they're not inner peace. Once you come to inner peace, you will not realize there is nothing outside your body that will help you. It is you who will help you.
So by inner peace, you mean to say he has to look inside.
Yes.
His solutions are within him.
Within him. And that's what I initiate. If he feels, then he doesn't have to go anywhere. Because first is that once I take his 3-day session, I initiate him that he should come to inner peace. If he religiously follows those things, then I am in my upasana, I am clearing his blocks.
Okay.
So he is coming out of the problems what he has written and given to me one by one. So he shouldn't seek. But because he is born and brought up with these religious practices,
Okay.
so he believes in that religious practice. I don't tell anybody to do not to do this or not to do that. I tell them that you come to inner peace. Those who religiously follow, they avoid all these things. Those who don't, they go back to the religious practices. So it is their thought process what they want to do. And my thing is that they have given me some problems which I have to solve and give them the results. That's it.
Guruji, do you think today's spirituality has become more of a business?
Well, I won't say today's spirituality. Spirituality from ancient age is only for business. So-called spirituality which is there with every individual anywhere in the world. Because he is seeking something from outside. He is wanting something from outside to cure him, to gain him, or whatever he wants to do. When it is inside him, what he can get the knowledge and everything what he wants to do. The problem with spirituality in business is because the spirituality in business is because they are making person dependent on them,
Okay.
on the soap wherever they go to for seeking something, some help from outside. That person makes him
Their
dependent.
followers.
He or the temple or whatever it is, that makes them to follow them, and that is not right.
Okay.
I shouldn't allow anybody to follow me.
Okay.
That is the principle which I have been told by my Swami Kanadi.
Okay.
I have to empower the person, make him an individual, and then he will get the answers to whatever problems he has written and given to me. That is where I do. But the business, what you say, I won't call it business, but I'll call it that they also have to run their ashram, or their temple has to prosper. They have to do, so, and as rightly said by Mahananvi Ma in 82, that future spirituality is on perception. So they want to create the perception.
Okay.
Without that, there won't be disciples.
So they follow, so then they are dependent.
Yeah, they follow their dependent.
Then they depend. And what you believe is not following but releasing.
Releasing.
Is this the reason you were away from the social media for so long? You are 40 years of deep practice, and you have not given any interviews like this. So we have been very fortunate. You agreed for an interview.
Yeah.
So is this basically the reason why you were staying away from social media?
Yeah, because nobody should be dependent on anybody.
Okay.
Nobody should be clinging on something, like a mantra or anything. He should first go into himself, inside himself, to get the answer. Then he will get the answers, he will get the results, he will get the solutions, everything from within him. And that is through the breath. Only the thing is that the breath, which is his Guru and which is his Paramatma. If he believes that, he will get the solution.
There are so many spiritual seekers. They get initiated, and they take Diksha for different mantras. So, does that help, or how is it? How will you differ that?
No, I don't differ with them, because it's everybody individual's thought process and thing. And everybody from the young age, he has come up with that solution that if he goes to a temple on every Tuesday, he might get his degree, the first class or whatever it is. If his parents are followers of a Guru, then Guru will help him. But it is inside him.
Okay.
And that is not taught in any religion, in any practices. All the religion are making you dependent on something or the other.
Okay.
So you have to be dependent on the mantra, on the ritual, or visiting a place on certain day, praying on something day, then fasting, all these things. You are dependent on something else outside your body.
Okay. So depending on the external factors.
Yeah, physical factor.
What I correctly understand is when people believe in mantras, they are dependent and on an external subject, external factors. And here what you what you provide your disciples. I mean, what you do is the disciples have to learn how to get the problem solved from within.
Within.
So Guruji, with whatever little knowledge I have, what I understand is that you say that the breath will influence our thought, correct?
Yes.
And thought will create vibrations.
Vibrations.
And that vibrations will shape our future.
Yes.
That vibration will shape our future. So how exactly a common man should get into this kind of a practice? How exactly he can follow this in a day-to-day routine?
There is no following what he has to do. He has to religiously sit silently, observe his breath, feel his breath. Feel his breath means while he is inhaling, while he is exhaling.
Okay.
Silently, if he starts doing it religiously, in due course, his breath will give him the guidance like how he has to breathe.
So he'll get an inner voice or something?
No, automatically it will change him. But he has to religiously practice it at one certain time in the morning. Then he can do it any time in a day also. There is no certain time, but in the morning before 7, he'll get better
results.
Through his, because everything is silence. So he can always concentrate. Later on, when he's traveling, when he's doing, he can just concentrate on his breath. Inhale, exhale, and that's the thing.
So this kind of a exercise can be done any time of the day, but it is preferable that
in the morning before 7.
Okay, so every person should have a focus on their breathing, sit in silence.
Yes.
Focus on his breathing.
Yes.
Preferably before 7.
He shouldn't be focused. He should only feel the breath.
Okay, he should only feel the
breath. Feel the breath, don't focus. That again, focus means he'll come in physical conscious.
Okay.
That I want to. Just feel his breath. He's normally breathing. He has to feel the breath. Inhale, exhale.
Okay, so is it something to do with the alom vilom or the other yogic practices?
Well,
is it something with the?
I don't know anything about yoga.
Okay.
The practices, the kriyas or anything, I don't know.
Achha.
I know that you have to sit silently, observe your breath, and you will get the results. How you get the results is when you take the 3 days course. I can show you how you get the results.
Okay, so there is a deeper science in this.
Yes.
So when we take the 3 days course and when they go to that particular process of breathing, then they actually come to know what exactly is to be done. Yeah. That is what you're trying to say. Okay. So does this really transform? He gets a self-realization, or what exactly happens with him when he starts doing this? How will he understand at what level? Like in how many days will he come to know that there's something is changed within me?
Yeah. Up to now means in 42 years, I have taken the problems. The problems are solved. So they are happy. I am happy.
Okay. So he can before he starts this particular practice. For example, he has noted down a few 10 points, areas of life that he wants to improve or some achievements. Yes. So that will automatically get fulfilled over a period of time. So then he comes to know that this is actually working for him.
Because of the breath and the
so Guruji, does it really work? I mean, it looks so simple, but does it really work?
The problem, if it really works, means that now the disciples, how I am being treated till today, they are doing it because they have got the results.
Okay.
They have got the results, so they were taking care of me sometime or the other. The second thing is that because breath is taken for granted by every individual in the world, he doesn't realize how powerful the breath is.
Okay.
How breath can empower him and transform him. Because he's from the childhood till his death, he is in physical conscious, he is with his ego, he is with his selfishness, and believing in something outside his body that will cure him or that will help him.
Okay, so any areas of life, for example, if a person is suffering with some diseases, which is in a final stage, so any areas of life, this
This will
be
help
taken
him.
care
Yeah,
of?
the breath is there till the last, no?
Okay.
Breath is there till the last. The moment you come to know that you are there, and if you get somebody who can tell you how the breath has to be synchronized with your thoughts and everything, it changes. Because all the diseases are somatic.
Yeah. What do you mean by somatic? Just
It's
for
your
the
breath.
audience.
It's psychosomatic. No? Means you through your mind only.
Okay. So first the disease is in the mind.
Mind,
Then it comes in the aura.
aura, and then it comes into your body.
And then it comes into your body. Okay.
So first you have to and who will remove it?
The mind.
The rituals? No. The visiting temple will remove it? No. It is you have to remove it. And that is through your breath only.
So basically what we understand with the limited knowledge is every diseases or any problems, any challenges a person is
Yes.
facing, it first comes, it is through his mind. And then it comes,
Into his body, yeah.
it takes a physical form.
A person getting depressed is by the mind only, no? When his breath is not synchronized with his aura, it changes. So he has to synchronize the breath with his aura by sitting silently, going inward, and the breath will take him out.
Okay. So by doing this, he is going to improve his aura.
Yeah,
He'll
of
have a
course.
positive vibration.
Yeah, he will. He has to. If he follows it religiously, he will.
So is there any kind of a affirmation which he has to do while doing all these things, or it is just
Any affirmation, he has to do it for himself,
okay?
not for somebody else.
Why is it so?
Because his breath is his breath. If he doesn't have,
Like if he wants to do something for his family, he wants to do something for his.
he can do it only after he first takes the breath.
Okay.
If he doesn't take the breath, how is he going to help the others?
This is
They
something
say na,
really,
in the airplane also they say first you take it and then you help your child.
Correct.
They didn't say first help the child and then you take the oxygen. Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
So that from there also see the science is there, na. You take a breath, you focus yourself what you want to do to your family.
So
You will
when
get the
we are
power, you will
we
get
are
the power.
able, we will be able to do it for others.
No, for others.
So we have to make ourselves able first.
Able first.
So it's very difficult to believe that all the solutions are within ourselves.
Because breath is taken for granted by every individual in this world. Once you have taken your breath for granted, you are depending on outside solutions. Somebody else will come and help you. Some so-called whatever they believe in.
Guruji, to do all this, can someone do all these exercises on his own
Yeah. of
without
course.
being dependent on
There is
anyone?
Nobody. Shouldn't be. Breath, you can't depend on anybody, not?
No, but then why do the disciples need you?
No, they don't need me.
Okay.
Once if they come to me, they don't need me. No, they don't need anybody then. Once they understand how to synchronize their breath with their aura, they don't need anybody in the world then.
Okay, so understanding how to synchronize the breath with their aura is what you are going to get it aligned.
Get it aligned.
That's when they learn how exactly it can be done.
You're done.
So Guruji, what can someone expect when they get associated with you? Like on an immediate basis, they get associated with you. What can they expect like?
They can see any person coming to me or anybody, they go with the expectation that their immediate problems will be solved.
Correct.
Right? None of the problems are solved immediately because there is no miracle in spirituality.
Okay.
Everything has a process.
Okay.
So if he follows religiously what I tell him, in due process his problems will be solved one by one. And he will be transforming, in that due course he will be transforming himself from what he is to what he wants to become.
Okay.
But that will take a process and time. If he expects that if he has come today and tomorrow his problems will be solved, I'm sorry, nobody can do that. Except some miraculous man, which I don't know. And that's it. So he has to have a faith in himself. He has to have a faith that he is going to a person where there is no rituals, nothing, only sit silently come to inner peace, and then get the results. To what he has given, to the points what he has given to me.
So again, I would like to ask, so there are no rituals that are associated in your in the practices that you advise?
No, only on his problems, then I can tell him something what he has to do.
Okay.
Not immediately. But in my process, in the positive process, there is no rituals.
Guruji, there are lot of myths, that are associated with the spirituality. Like, what is it that with your kind of an experience in this field, what is the most common myth in spirituality that you would like to break?
Common myth is that you go to somebody, take a mantra, repeat it. That means you are following a ritual which we do not have reasoning. You have not reason for it. You are just following it, taking this and then following that mantra or diksha, whatever it is. It's you who have to change yourself. Then there is no somebody else giving you any diksha and you will transform yourself. You're only going over there to cling yourself or to depend on something which is given to you without reasoning, and you follow that path and you think that you are going to cure yourself. That's one thing. Second thing, growth in spirituality. Spiritualism, growth in spiritualism. There is nothing growth in spiritualism till you believe in something which is outside your body. Till you don't believe in yourself, your inner peace, there is no spirituality, growth or anything outside which will help you to grow. You have to first come inside your inner conscious, be at bliss. The moment you be at bliss, you will not follow any rituals outside. You will always be at bliss and you won't be affected with any other things. For that you have to completely come to inner self, inner peace, observe yourself, and then you will get the knowledge, everything from inner side, which is the absolute truth, and you will follow that truth.
Okay. But Guruji, when we say Diksha, is there some kind of an energy transformation or energy transfer from the Guru to the disciple, so that the disciple gets some extra?
Now, I'll just it depends upon which Guru are you taking from me.
Okay.
If I am sitting in a palace and I am giving you Diksha, how is it? Which my Anand had told me in 82. Future spirituality will be on perception. If I am in my palace, you come for Diksha. How can I give you Diksha?
Okay.
Just answer me. How can I give up a Diksha? Because I am sitting in a palace. Can a Raja give a Diksha? Can you take a Diksha from a Raja? Yeah?
So, Diksha should be taken from Gurus who are actually capable of, they have done that many spiritual practices, or
that should be that much pure. That much purity you should see in them. Just because I have a kingdom, I am not allowed to give a Diksha.
Okay.
I don't say I am giving a Diksha. I don't say that I am going to you have to transform yourself. You have to have faith in yourself. It is your breath which will transform you, not me.
Okay.
In my upasana, I'll only empower your thoughts.
Okay. So in your upasana, what you do is just empower the thoughts.
Thoughts. And I tell you, you have to give that thought to your problem, what you want. And the results, you have to bear the fruits of the result, not me.
Okay. What are the kind of challenges or what are the kind of problems that the disciples face? Usually they come to you. Is there any particular specific kind of a challenge or in different problems?
People come with problems when they're completely confused, when their mind stops working, and they're searching for some external help to get them out of the problem. So when they come to me, they tell me that these are the problems, I see that they are confused, they can't take a proper decision, and that is where their projects have stopped, they have problems in their personal life, all these things. When they come to me, I make them sit silently. I analyze their thought process. But common thought process is that they're confused. They can't take a right decision. That is why they're confused. And they don't know how to take a right decision. So they're searching for external factors. So I make them come to inner peace in short time. Once they come in inner peace, their decisions come proper. They start taking proper decisions. And then they come out of in the process they come out of their problems. And they transform themselves.
Okay, so it's the clarity of thought.
It's the clarity of thought what they get. Once you come to any person, any individual, once he comes to inner peace, his thought process is clear and he takes the right decision because he takes the decision of intuition, which is absolute truth.
Okay.
Till then, when he is confused, he can't take decision. He is in physical conscious. He is taking decision as per his knowledge, what he has acquired, or experience what he has taken. In that he is using those type of common things and thinking of that he can come out of the problem. But once he comes to the inner peace, then it is the intuition which gives him that this is what you have to take, and he sticks to that intuition.
Okay.
And he gets the proper decision making.
So Guruji, what you mean to say here is people come with different problems, but they get problems because they are not clear in their thoughts, because they are confused.
Yes.
So because of that is what they get the problems.
They get
The problems can be different, but all the problems are because they are not having a proper clarity of thought.
Of the mind.
And that is where you come into picture and you help them in getting through your upasana and through the breathing practices that you teach.
I tell them. The technique they come because the breathing practices and the technique what I tell them is the first thing where they remove the fear from them.
Okay.
Their mind is disturbed, they can't take proper decision because they have a fear.
They have a fear, okay.
That they'll be losing this thing, they'll be losing the name in the society, they will be losing money, all this fear which is there is confusing them to take a proper decision. So first I make them to come to inner peace.
To remove the fear.
And the fear is removed, they come to inner peace and they take the right decision.
Okay, so the causes of all problems, most of the problems is fear. That's
fear inside you. Okay. Inside the individual there is a fear which causes him all the problem.
Okay. And can these practices be done by anyone? Can it be done by a student?
Yeah, anyone.
Senior citizen?
Anyone.
Okay.
This practice is not, see, breathing everybody is doing from the birth till the end. But he has taken it for granted. When the breath only has been taken for granted, his body has been taken for granted. Because after the breath, it's only the body, right?
Correct. So Guruji, today we are all living in a very materialistic world.
Yes.
And people get easily, they create problems for themselves, or they feel that they are in a problem because they are unable to achieve something in life.
Yes.
Like let us say they want to buy a high-end car or a bungalow or a resort, and they are unable to do it. So they might be very rich, but they are unable to take let us say, go for the still better premium facilities, and then they feel sad about it. So is these kind of problems also, these kind of achievements also can be done through these kind of practices?
Yeah, of course. Whatever you can.
Materialistic target or
goal, yes, of
or
course.
something which he feels that,
Yes, of course, you can do it. But the problem is that he has to align his breath with his aura. The vibrations has to be aligned, and he will get the concerned result.
Okay.
What he wants.
So, what I understand, anything is possible. Like
Anything is
if
possible,
I want to become a say minister. So is that possible for me to become a minister?
You have to be in the process. Okay. Not that you are somewhere out and you want to become minister.
Okay.
Then You
So
can-
I should be in the chain,
in the
or
place. And then if you think, then you will get into chain
I should
also.
have the passion for
Passion for that. If you have a
I
passion,
just
you'll
cannot
be-
sit and think
That's
of
how
becoming a
become-
cricketer, or I
No,
should
no.
have the passion.
Passion, you have to be in the field,
in the
to
field.
play and everything.
It should be realistic. That's
realistic.
Realistic.
Some realistic goal, you will achieve it.
If it's a realistic goal, but it's impossible. It's a realistic. It's realistic, but it's impossible. But realistic.
Yeah, you can achieve it.
Okay, then it can be achieved.
Yeah, you can achieve any goal, but as far as it is, what you say, you are in the field and you are taking a decision to become that, you will achieve it.
So Guruji, what message you would like to leave for someone who's really feeling lost in his life, someone who's feeling depressed, someone who's feeling disconnected? So what is the message that you would like to leave for such
That's a
people?
very good question. The question lies in an individual person. He is feeling lost because he is scared, he is feared of losing his identity in the society, or in his house, or somewhere. His fear develops the pain in himself.
Okay.
Now that pain gives rise to a disease in his body.
Okay.
So all these things happen only when he takes the breath. Once he takes the breath, and he's feared about his social identity, losing money, losing everything, losing his status in the family, whatever it is, whatever the reasons might be, that develops the pain and the disease in himself. So he is not disillusioned, but he is creating more disaster for his body through his mind.
Through his mind.
And his mind is working because of his breath.
Okay.
Without his breath, his mind is not working.
You mean the thoughts?
The thoughts. So the thoughts are because the fear which is lying in himself for losing. He is not an individual then. At that moment, he is not thinking that he is individual. He thinks he is for the society, for the so-called close people whom he fears that he will be losing the identity. But if he goes to his inner breath, if he goes inside, not that outside, what he was doing, all these things, but if he goes inside, he will realize that he is alone and he has to do everything with himself, within himself. Once he comes to that conclusion that he has to do it, then the fear will subside, the pain will diminish, and he'll start coming to inner peace. So everything is on his breath. Breath is creating fear,
Okay.
breath is creating pain, and breath is bringing him to disillusionment, depression, and all these things.
Guruji, this is a little complicated, I feel, for the audience to understand. So let me just reiterate what you just now said. So what you said, or what I understand, is if a person is feeling disconnected or lost, okay, that is because of the fear inside him.
Inside, yes.
And because of that fear has given rise to the pain.
Yes.
And because of the pain, he gets depressed.
Yes.
And he feels disconnected.
Yes.
So, that fear and the pain
Yes.
is because of he has not taken proper care of his breath.
Breath. Yes.
So, this can be resolved,
Yes.
or this issue can be taken care of by your technique,
Yes.
that is
Breathing.
the breathing
Yes.
and clearing the
Clearing.
aura,
Yes.
and that is how his fear will go away
Yes.
of whatever is happening.
Water.
Once the fear goes away, his pain goes away,
Yes.
and then he gets the
Healthy.
clarity of thought,
Healthy.
healthy.
So breath is success.
Okay. So that is how
Yes.
You mean to say by breath?
Breath. And you have taken, and every individual in this world has taken breath for granted. So you see the misery,
Okay.
you see the pain.
Okay. You are right. You are right. Because so every individual should actually, at least for
100%
some,
think that breath is his success.
breath is a success. And if he starts working upon that,
Breath
there is anything that he can achieve.
Can achieve.
You mean to say that if a person wants success, I mean, today in this world, everybody finally what they want is success. So, do you mean to say that with our breath we can achieve success in anything that we do?
Yes, because if you see, and the way I'm seeing breath, and the people around me, or the disciples whom I've treated from 42 years, every individual has taken the breath for granted. Nobody has thanked breath till they meet me, or till I meet them. So, if they have achieved this much of progress, whatever progress they had achieved when they came to me, it is due to the breath. They are not realizing it. Nobody realizes it. When I tell them what is breath and how it has worked for them, and how it has stopped working for them right now, that is the time they understand that breath is the key word for success.
Okay.
To gain success again, and to reach the goal what they wanted, which has been stopped in between, and the reason why it has stopped. So, in short, without breath, no success. Whatever success you have got is because of the breath which has helped you. But when you have not attuned the rhythm of the breath and the aura, you get a bit blockages in you, and you have to accept the blockages, go ahead, only by again coming to your inner conscious.
Okay. So breath, when you synchronize your breath
With your aura,
with
inside.
with the aura.
Because aura is inside.
Okay.
Your inside breath, the thought, creates an aura.
Okay.
Every thought creates a vibration, and that vibration
And
is
that
your aura.
vibration gives?
Aura, yeah.
Okay. So if that is perfect, a person will 100% achieve success,
Achieve success.
In whatever field of
Yes,
life he is.
yes,
Guruji,
yes.
for the audience, finally, what defines your work just in one line?
I help people to shift their inner energy and thoughts through breath awareness
Okay.
to become blissful and human.
Thank you very much.